So a big climb this morning. We're doing Bluff Knoll, which is up there. How far is it? Does it say anywhere? Must say somewhere. Let's just have a quick look. It doesn't really say. That's interesting. Normally there's always a sign that says how far it is. Anyway, I guess it is what it is. So, yeah, don't know. Can't measure it anyway, so it doesn't really matter. They say it takes about 4 hours to do. That's the return trek. So we'll see how we go. So we're starting pretty early, just on 7 o'clock. Oh, here's the sign down here. Staying out at the Stirling Range Retreat, which is only about 200 metres from the turn-off into Bluff Knoll. That's not a bad spot at all.
Yeah, 6.2.
6.2, beautiful. Oh, just a gentle stroll up. Look at that, beautiful. Okay, we picked up a couple of hikers yesterday that did a 2-day trek. Went to the top of Bluff Knoll and then trekked from there along the ridge to somewhere else, and then ran out of water and came down a fire break, and we picked them up about 7 or 8 kilometres from the car park here with no water, severely dehydrated, and they came down a fire trail, so they're covered in charcoal. Poor buggers. Wow, look how pretty that is. It's just gorgeous down there, isn't it? Stunning. Okay, well that's where we're headed, just up there. I'm sure we'll be puffing and panting by the time we get there. We'll see on the way up. We're just saying it's really lush and green, but it's because it's all regrowth. They had a massive fire through here in 2019, December 2019, and completely decimated this area. So I think the trail was shut down for 12 months or so. But it's looking magnificent at the moment. Very lush. So we're at the 1/3 way, 1 kilometre up, 2 kilometres to go to the top. And it's, we're already puffing pretty hard. The trail's really good condition though. But it's just uphill all the way. Already passed a few people coming down. A lot of people climb this really early in the morning to get the sunrise. We're just not that keen. You'd want to get your timing right. You'd hate to do all this effort and then miss the sunrise by 10 minutes. Here you go, hun. Okay, the halfway mark. 1.5. So car park 1.5, which means that's all we've done so far.
40 minutes.
Out of 3. 40 minutes, so what's that? It's an hour 20. Let's sort of say about
4 hours.
An hour and a half to get to the top.
We are so unfit though.
It's a big climb though. Beautiful view. You can get an idea of just how steep it is. You have a look at that, the angle of that escarpment behind Lease there. It's a pretty steep climb. Okay, not far to go, only all the way up there somewhere. We're in Sound of Music country, the grassy slopes of the South WA Alps. Not far to go, it's just up there. How long have we been going? 8 o'clock, just on an hour. They say it's about an hour and a half to get to the top, so we must be fairly well on pace, I'd say. Not far now, 500 metres to the top. So getting close. Can't be too many people left up here. A lot of people up here for the sunrise, obviously. So we've met quite a few going back, but nobody's passed us going up, so might not be many left up here by the time we get to the top, which would be good. This last 600 metres is a killer. You think you're so close to the top and it just keeps going up and up and up.
Keeps going.
Can't be far now. A couple of 100 metres at best. That's it there, 100 metres to go. Not far. Blaze the trail, young girl.
This will do.
Okay, let's go. Last 100 metres. There's the proof. We reached the summit.
Yay.
Thank goodness for that. So what's that? An hour and 35. Oh, we're under pace.
Well, we made it to the top. An hour and a half. And it's beautiful.
Great climb.
Now for the downward journey.
It's worth filming this bit because this is the only flatbed in the entire climb. So every other step of the 3.075 kilometres is uphill or downhill if you're going the other way. And this little 25 metre stretch is the only flatbed. We had a bloke told us about halfway up going, oh, there's a big flatbed up there, it'll be good. But it's not a big flatbed, it's only 25 metres long. This trail is an extremely well maintained trail, there's no doubt about it. We're just talking about, just have a look at all these steps here. There's literally thousands of them. And every one of them would have been dug by hand. And then these timber sleepers put in.
Okay.
A little bit of a stumble behind me there. It's a massive amount of work. So hats off to Parks and Wildlife, or DPAW, WA, that have put this trail in and maintain it. You've done an exceptionally good job. Although a zip line from the top back to the caravan park, I reckon would be a great idea. If you charge $100, I reckon everyone would do it. Okay, keep going down. Fair way to go yet. You can see the car park over in the distance there. But anyway, I best not film and walk at the same time because we all know the consequences of that. Yeah, it's gorgeous, isn't it? The sun's on the other side of the hills, illuminating this side. So once again, you can see just how steep it is, and that's where we were before, right up the top up there. Well, there's one thing about chasing the eternal summer, and that is sooner or later winter's going to catch up, which it has today. So we had a beautiful thunderstorm roll through at about 5 o'clock this morning, and a little bit of rain has settled in the aftermath of that. And they're saying that they haven't had rain here since the end of winter. So the guys here are just loving it. So it's actually kind of nice to see a little bit of rain. Well, we were meant to go down to Bremer Bay and catch up with people across the road from us, Dianelle, but we're just thinking they're not worth it. No, not. We're just thinking that it's a 125 kilometre drive down there, and this rain's all headed that direction, so it doesn't really make sense to pack up here in the rain, drive in the rain for an hour and a half, get down there and set up in the rain and then spend the night in the rain down there. So a little bit of thunder. So we're thinking we might just stay here, just sit it out, have a nice quiet day. Might get the opportunity to catch up and do video, which I've been a bit lazy, haven't really done that at all. So yeah, a rainy day. Should have heard the sheep. Got a paddock just here full of sheep. Should have heard them going off last night, or at 5 o'clock this morning when the rain started. They weren't too happy about the thunder at all. I think they're looking pretty miserable over there at the moment, poor buggers. Well, I was going to take you for a walk and show you around the Stirling Range retreat, but rain set in. There's blue sky out on the horizon over there, so we might just wait a few minutes. Hopefully it'll clear up and I'll take you for a quick look around. So here's a quick look at the Stirling Range retreat. It's got this beautiful backdrop looking out over the western Stirling Ranges. So Mount Trio and Taliuba up and a few of the others out there. And beautiful paddock here, sheep in it. We've had a couple of magnificent sunsets here looking out this way. It's just gorgeous. Blue sky out there, that looks encouraging. Look at all the sheep over there. So anyway, this is the unpowered section. So there'd have to be, what would there be? 30 or so unpowered sites back onto the paddock. And then just over here where we are the powered sites. We decided we'd go powered because the first couple of days here it was like mid-30s, so we thought, we'll get power, run the air conditioning, which was great. And then they've got a great big camp kitchen area, a bit of lightning there, great big camp kitchen area, and there's a whole heap of donga style accommodation. And one of the other bonuses of this place is they've got a really nice swimming pool, which we utilised in the first couple of days, which was great. Especially after we got back down off Bluff Knoll. It was nice to go and have a soak in the pool. But yeah, this is not a bad little spot at all. And it's literally 400 metres from the turn off into Bluff Knoll. And then from there it's about 8 kilometres up the road. Bit of thunder. I feel sorry for the people that were climbing Bluff Knoll this morning. That wouldn't have been pleasant. But it's about 8 kilometres from the turn off up to the car park, and then you start the hike up to the top. But yeah, so here we go. Stirling Range retreat. It's a great spot. Pool area. That's it just there. They've got it closed at the moment. Maybe because of the thunder and lightning. If you have a look in the background there, you can see a bunch of villas tucked into the trees. So there's a whole heap of these villas. It's a bit of a birdwatcher's paradise down here apparently. So if you're into your bird watching, this is not a bad place to stay. They've got a whole heap of nest boxes up in the trees. They have a map that sort of takes you around, shows you where all the nest boxes are if you're interested in going around having a look at those. But apparently the peak season here is springtime, that the wildflowers come out in all their glory, and the place, the Stirling Ranges, is renowned for their wild orchids, and they get a huge variety of orchids here. So once again, if you're into your flowers and your orchids and things, it's worth coming down here in spring and do some of the walks, because apparently they're everywhere. Apparently we decided we'd do a little bit of a walk after the rain disappeared, and there's a lovely 5k walk through the native vegetation, but they didn't really tell us it was this native or this vegetated. It's a snake? No, just a stick. Yeah, it's a pretty thick bush. I think the trail needs a little bit of work. It's yeah, certainly back in touch with nature, that's for sure. Now here we are, we're at the fire break now. Plus the marsh flies here are XXLs. Now, I'm going to get this one away. They're bloody persistent, I tell you. Jesus. I need new fly sweep.
I'll just go on ahead.
Oh, I'm exhausted from trying to fend off the marsh flies. Okay, so we're on the fire trail. And the fire trail should lead us to the road.
Way.
Yeah, should lead us to the road, Bluff Knoll Road. It's a lovely natural experience, isn't it? So Lisa's marching on ahead. She's right up there because she thinks I'm marsh fly bait. Now I don't know if you folks know or not, but marsh flies or horse flies or march flies, whatever you want to call them, love dark blue. It's a very well known fact. Or maybe it's not so well known, who knows. But anyway, if you're in marsh fly territory or horse fly territory, whatever you want to call them, don't wear dark blue like this. It's a bad idea. Wear light colours or bright red. They don't like that. But dark blue or black, they seem to be really attracted to. And then the other tip is, if you kill one, get rid of it. Throw it another couple of metres away, because I reckon they release a pheromone that attracts other marsh flies. So if you slap one to the ground, pick it up and throw it away, because if you leave it there, it's going to attract more marsh flies. Handy tip number 12. Spider web.
Very bright.
It is very bright. So this has been our afternoon delight. Well, so to speak. Yeah, it's filled. The place is filled right up. But every afternoon we come out and watch the sun go down over the East Stirling Ranges. Yeah, it's just gorgeous. Looks like there's some thunderclouds out there between the hills. Oh, it's just such a beautiful setting. Absolutely stunning.